Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's CMN back with a newsworthy video. Alright, let's get to it. Yep. Seattle Police Department officer was burned after a man allegedly threw a burning piece of lumber inside the officer's cruiser while the officer was sitting inside the vehicle, authorities said. The officer was taken to Harborview Medical Center for treatment for non-life-threatening burns, police said in a written statement. The officer was not identified. The incident occurred around 1:30 p.m. in the downtown Seattle area of the South Lake Unit at Dexter Avenue and John Street. Police said the officer's cruiser was parked in the alley while searching for a suspected who was brandishing a burning piece of wood. See any more? It was not immediately clear what charges the suspect will face. Witnesses said the man who torched the car was stomping through a homeless camp in Denny Park just moments before, shouting racial slurs. I guess he was the one hitting people with hammers, said Nina Ross, one of the Denny Park campers. He hit a black guy. By the time police arrived, the man had a flaming torch, authorities said. The man used a stick he was holding to either break the cruiser's window or place an incendiary device inside the vehicle. There's another clip of that. Police believe one of the officers fired their weapon in self-defense, but the suspect was not struck before he fled from the scene. He was taken into custody a short time later. The suspect's identity has not been publicly released. Neighbors call the whole ordeal frightening, adding that the homeless camp at Denny Park has been nothing but trouble. I'm getting tired of all the garbage happening, truthfully, said Ken Wright, who lives across the street, because that park is dangerous. The Seattle Police Department Force Investigation Team was called to conduct interviews and gather evidence. A spokesman for Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkins issued this statement. Mayor Durkins shares the concern of many about the growing encampments across the city. For the safety and well-being of those living in or around encampments, including our house community and neighborhoods, Mayor Durkins hoped the City Council will quickly support her plan to rapidly increase the shelter and outreach to get more individuals in safer spaces. In recent days, MO staff, HSD, council members, and the contracted service providers had engaged in a number of conversations on how, going forward, we can collectively improve our response to individuals experiencing homelessness, especially in large encampments in Denny Park and other parks across the city. There's video.
An injured officer sparking new concerns about a large encampment at Denny Park.
Witnesses say a man was shouting racial slurs and attacked a homeless camper and then went after an officer with a flaming torch. KOMO's Joel Marino's live tonight with Project Seattle report. Joel?
Mary and Preston, we've been reporting for weeks on the problems surrounding the tent camp at Denny Park. This latest incident appears to be a man who showed up to harass the homeless people, then zeroed in on police. Smoke billowed above the buildings as a police cruiser burned below. Witnesses say the man who torched the car was stomping through a homeless camp in Denny Park just moments before.
I heard somebody screaming, racial slurs.
And I guess he was the one hitting people with hammers, he hit a black guy.
Homeless campers say by the time police arrived, that same man had a flaming torch.
And I seen it, something being thrown in the cop car.
And as I'm driving by the alley, I seen the cop car literally on fire.
With the officer still inside the car, investigators say he fired one shot in self-defense, which missed. Then he scrambled to escape the flames, burning his hands and leg in the process.
I know it was an incredibly dangerous situation for our officer.
The attacker ran off, but police found him hiding in a nearby garage and arrested him. As the injured officer was escorted to the hospital, neighbors called the whole ordeal frightening, adding that the homeless camp at Denny Park has been nothing but trouble.
I'm getting tired of all the garbage happening, truthfully, because that park is dangerous.
Hopefully the mayor will jump on it and do something about it, because they can't remain there.
The navigation team says before their program was defunded by City Council, they were doing weekly outreach at Denny Park. The Parks Department still doing litter pickup, but currently there is no effort to clear the camp. Back to you.
Some people are wondering, it's like, what do you think the suspect would be charged with? Well, I think he could be charged with destruction of city property, and he probably could be charged at least at least probably assault, maybe possibly manslaughter, because that cop got burned in the process. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care of yourself and each other. Okay, bye-bye.